Good morning and welcome to the first Eye of the Tiger of 2020. I'm Rileigh Shull.
And I'm Rileigh Metten.
This semester, students are no longer allowed to have food delivered to the front office. Due to security concerns, the school will turn any deliveries away.
Yeah, I don't bring lunch from home because I don't have time to make myself a lunch, and the lunch here is not really great, so DoorDash is like the only option I have. I'm not upset about it because I can wait, but other people might be more upset.
RHS is not liable for any lost money or food as a result of the delivery ban. Parents can still use the front office table to drop off food for students.
Last Friday, students gathered in the Moyla Gym for the annual career fair. Representatives set up booths to educate students about the requirements and duties of potential careers they can pursue. Jobs featured at the event included Roseville Parks and Recreation, the police force, and various positions in the medical field.
The career fair brings a lot of information to students. Students can ask local businesses and schools and community members just real questions about what they like about their jobs, pathways that they should follow, all those things that lead the students in the direction of the pathway that they want to go into.
It's a good way to get businesses noticed by other kids and for them to get an idea of what they want to do when they get older. It's still a pretty young age to know what you're going to do later on in life, but it gives you a good idea of what you want to do. Like, I've seen a lot of people like know after this, so it's pretty cool.
Also last Friday, AVID students had the opportunity to listen to AVID alumni discuss their post-high school experiences. AVID student senior Kyra Slater believes the fair offered valuable insight on what AVID students can expect in the future.
I think it's very beneficial for AVID students because it gives them motivation and it lets them feel complete about the things that they have done throughout the whole course.
And now we go to Kobe Estrada for sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Kobe Estrada. This year's boys basketball season, there has been some tension between the Tiger Cage and administrators supervising games. We go to Natalie Russell with more on the story.
Over winter break at the home game against Wood Creek, one of the Tiger Cage leaders, Dylan Rose, was ejected following a run onto the court. In prior games to that, students have claimed that admin has been much stricter than in previous years. Rose recognizes that admin has to do their respective jobs, but wishes the regulations were looser.
I think admin probably does their best, to contain it and stuff during basketball games. You don't want it to get too, out of hand, but I don't know. I wish they would let us have a little bit more fun with it, but at the same time, I understand why it has to be contained to some extent.
Tyler ROHWER, Roseville's other Tiger Cage leader, sees how admin's restrictive behavior affects both the students and the games.
Yeah, I definitely do think admin has put an effect on our Tiger Cage and our school spirit by kicking out some of our Tiger Cage leaders and also taking away cowbells and blowhorns when I believe that we should be allowed to make all the noise we can make during the game.
Student Activities Director Brett Maddox finds that by having rules set in place, it creates an environment where the school spirit isn't disruptive to the game.
We've been super stoked with the students that have been coming out to the games to help support the team. There's been a lot of real positive energy. We've gotten our student section to be larger. And what we're focusing on is that message of positivity. We don't want to boo the other team. And it's that fine line of bringing the positive energy, and the more that we work well to promote positive energy, I know the more liberties that students have. And I think our admin team does a great job with setting the expectations up ahead of time and, again, holding students accountable for that.
Varsity coach Greg Granucci notices the effect that the students have on the players and how the energy level in the gym changes.
As long as we're staying within the rules, I love it. I think it's a great atmosphere, and I think that everyone involved does a great job. Friday night was electric, so it was great. It was awesome.
And in other sports news, wrestling is undefeated. Girls varsity soccer is 4-0. Boys varsity soccer is 2-1-1. Girls varsity basketball is 2-1, and boys varsity basketball is 0-3 in league. This week we have boys soccer at home today against Bella Vista and girls basketball at home tomorrow against Bella Vista. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. I, the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kobe. The winter season is usually one of the most productive for the entertainment industry, and this winter was no different. tons of shows, movies, and albums came out while we were out for break, so the entertainment department and I picked the best of them to bring to you. Possibly the most important movie of the last decade, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker released on December 20th, and it was fantastic. A definite step up from the previous movie, The Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker was definitely one of the best movies of the year and did not disappoint at all. Anderson .Paak's previous band, the Free Nationals, released their own self-titled solo album, and it was absolutely wonderful. It blended together R&B, soul, hip-hop, and electronic music in all the best ways and made a near-perfect album. Honestly, one of the best of the year. Disney Plus's Mandalorian TV show ended over break, and it was some top-tier Star Wars content. With a fairly limited TV budget, it did a great job with special effects, and the storyline is one of the best ones since the original trilogy. Possibly the most underrated part of the show is the original score created by Ludwig Göransson, the same guy who did the score for Black Panther, which was arguably better than the Kendrick Lamar album that was created for the movie. Lastly, Cats was released on the 20th also, and it was fantastic. Just kidding, it was possibly one of the worst movies of the last decade. And now we go back to news.
With every high kick and high energy dance, the RHS dance team has a history of ruling over their audience. Whether that be on Hanson Field or the King's Court, we go to Isabel Foley with the story.
The RHS dance team received a unique opportunity to perform halftime at a Sacramento Kings game. The team hasn't performed at a Kings game in 2 years. For seniors like four-year dance team member JAZZY KITTLE, it's her last chance to perform in front of an expansive crowd.
We've been trying to perform at a Kings game for years. Once we got this opportunity, it takes a long time for them to get back to us and to see if there is an open halftime, because there's so many other groups that are trying to perform. So once we got this invitation, we got the date, we got the minimum amount we have to sell, and so now we just have to do our best in order so we can still perform.
KITTLE is excited to represent her team on a bigger stage.
So I think being at a Kings game where it can be in this huge arena, it's just a really amazing opportunity, and then if we can bring a big amount of our student body to come to and support us, it can just show a big part of how much Roseville is a part of the community.
The RHS dance team must sell a minimum $5,000 worth of tickets in order to be qualified to perform.
The more expensive the ticket, the more it helps out, but just the more students, if we want to all get the less expensive tickets and we can all sit together in one section and we can just have a whole group, it would be a lot of fun.
Visit at EOT News on Twitter for the direct link. All ticket sales end Monday, January 27th. And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at EyeTheTigerNews.com. See you next time.